Hey, this is Notser, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Thunderer, which is the premium tier 10 British battleship with 8 457mm guns on 4-gun turrets, so it's the Conqueror variant with 457. This is, however, version 2, and Wargaming buffed and made a couple tweaks, which have brought some life into the ship, and I'm going to talk about that. But interestingly, the Conqueror on the public test server didn't have the ability to equip the 457mm gun variant. Seems to me that that might be signaling that the 457 of the Conqueror might turn into this, and I don't know how the compensation will work. I assume it'll be fair, because I have no other reason to assume otherwise. They've done a good job with compensating changes in tanks and ships and aircraft in the past. I expect they'll do the same here. But let's talk about this version. So the first version, inconsistent, slow reload, just crappy all the way around. This version, improved gun reload, improved gun accuracy. Overall, it feels more refined and more usable. Now, is it completely there? Do we completely understand what it's good at and what it's not good at? Not really. But it is nice to experience the change, and I look forward to really exploring just what the Thunderer can do that can't be done by the Conqueror, the Montana, or the Ohio. With the improved reload, we really have quite a different playstyle. We've got the Thunderer with a change from 30 seconds to, I think, 22, 23 seconds with the main battery reload module equipped. That ends up getting into the nice wheelhouse of someone using damage control, waiting through the immunity phase, and then reloading on them. Similar to the Republic, it will have that effectiveness when using HE, but this is 457. This is a big gun caliber. 457s are really good at damaging battleships. Really good. The Ohio was way too good, the first version. Thunderer really bad, and it was so inconsistent that the one shell that you would want hitting the target, you're hoping it's HE because it could set a fire and force them to use a damage control cooldown. But now, the improved gun accuracy and reload ties quite nicely. You can punish battleships that happen to show their side. You've got the ability to use HE if there's nothing that you can punish yourself. Unfortunately, we got 3 overpen. That is an issue. Obviously, 457, bigger gun caliber, going to have more penetration force, might go all the way clean through. But when it doesn't, and hopefully you'll get a chance to see when it doesn't, it does a very good job of damaging the target. Very heavy. And let's see where this goes. And 457 is really good at punching through the outward citadel at the waterline. I expect that this ship and the Ohio will work very well against the Kremlin, busting into the citadel. I have really enjoyed the 457s as they rise to prominence and people enjoying their power and the different playstyle, but clearly the accuracy was missing on the first version, and they have improved it. It's actually legit. It's actually something that I would want to play, not just feel like I'm forced to play it. So, obviously, a lot of positive change for the Thunderer. It's not all rose petals. We've got the old crappy heal. We don't get the Conqueror heal, so we have to manage. We can't manage it quite like the Conqueror. And you also have Conqueror hit points, so having a weaker heal, it just means you're an inferior tank compared to the Conqueror. But the gun caliber is really where it's at on the ship. And prior to this variant and the Georgia and the Ohio, the 457 was pretty pathetic. The Kremlin brought it back, but nobody really used or cared about 457 because of the way the accuracy was programmed. It just was inferior to the amount of guns that you could equip. Now with the improved reload and accuracy, a Thunderer actually works quite well. And funny enough, I was trying for the longest time to make it work. Oh, it's the HE. It's the HE 457. You know what? Honestly, 457 is really an AP shell. The low amount of guns makes it inferior on setting fires. I think everyone can understand that. 12 is greater than 8, okay? But the gun caliber makes it better at punching into thicker armor. And that's the key bit. So a lot of these shots that you would normally just automatically fire HE, you have to pick and choose. And I like that, because I think that's what the British should have always been. You know, their HE is fantastic. And their AP is not super crappy like some some AP for the Brits, let's be real, has been. Thunder actually works out very well. Surprisingly, it really encourages AP fire. That extra gun caliber really has that added effect of, oh yeah, I could really punish this guy. And I just love that. I love that they were able to salvage something out of the initial version. Maybe they just released such a crappy version so that I would give this glowing praise. I think they just legitimately felt that the 457 gun variant with the Conqueror is balanced, whatever that means. It's not good, okay. And we're just gonna apply the same logic here with a slightly tweaked, you know, space. Slightly fast rudder, a weaker heal overall, you know, oh, you don't have to spend all that time grinding out the legendary module for the Conqueror. You can get it now with the Thunder, or whatever. This version feels like your choice matters, and it is impactful. You have two great tools, and you should use them. And I think that's great. I think that's honestly what everyone was hoping for with regard to the British battleships. Sure, their HE's great, and I think they're the Brits. They load their high explosive really thick, so thematically it fits. But I don't think people foresaw that there would be battleship lines that would refuse to fire AP in all instances. You know, I've seen players use HE exclusively on their Warspite and their Queen Elizabeth, even though they have a massive AP gun advantage with the gun caliber. So I think the Thunderer overall, I'm really happy with this version. I do wish the heal was better, but I'm willing to take that because it does have baked in faster rudder shift. And I think that's okay. I enjoy playing this role, and I think the Brits are very good at it. The sort of the move, retreat, defensive maneuver skirmishing, that you are angling your ship and you're firing at targets that are incoming, and you're relying on your accuracy and your mitigation to keep the enemy preoccupied, while your team is able to rotate around the map and win. You know, that always felt really nice to me, and I feel like the Thunderer does this quite well. And high explosive, very good. Very accurate, consistent guns. Much more reliable, really enjoy that. I did choose to switch to AP here because he is showing broadside in, and I was like, oh, well, guess he can't put the fires out. Sucks for you, my friend. Sucks for you. So I'm just looking, tracking targets that are picking on me. To Smolensk, hate you. But let's be real. The Brits work very well against them. They have great recovery with their heal. So if the Smolensk has to be firing anything, I would prefer it fire on a British battleship because they're the best at mitigating it. Because they're relying almost exclusively on fires, let's be real. And AP, obviously. But he's just burning me. He's trying to burn me down. And that was a great accurate shot. I was so pleasantly surprised by that. The placement was great. We were able to hit the superstructure. We did 13,000 damage from 16 kilometers away. I guarantee you, I could not do that prior to this version. And I was like, did you just see that? 2 for 2. Back-to-back shells. We were able to really deliver a ton of punishment to the Conqueror, and he can't really return the same type of punishment. This is what I've been feeling while playing these 457 guns. It feels good. It feels good to pick on battleships. And just look at that consistent accuracy. This could not be a better example of all of the improvements from version 1 to version 2. I've just delivered probably 40,000 damage in AP accuracy at 16 kilometers. And it's on him to actively maneuver, too. He's not really assuming I'm going to hit it. It's like, oh, sure. Yeah, sure. You hit the first one. Good luck with the second one. Yeah, sure. You hit the first 2. Good luck with the... Yeah, sure. You know, he eventually gave in. He was like, okay, this guy is actually not missing, and the guns are not letting him down. And they're not. And finally, he shows too much side. Really? Please don't kill this guy. Please don't do this to them. Why do I have to watch as you kill this guy at 491 hit points. Please. Oh, man. I'm telling you what, man. This has happened so frequently to me in like the last few months. It feels like Wargaming is trying to screw with me. But regardless, we did a great job against that Conqueror. We really punished him in a situation where he probably felt like it wasn't quite that one-sided, you know? So consistent gun accuracy and great reload really keeps the enemy in a position where they can't really disengage too quickly. Like, you're gonna take punishment. And I like it. I like it a lot. And initially I was just firing a high explosive, you know, just as, oh, it's a high explosive spammer. But no, it's not. It's actually a high alpha AP that has a really nice complementary high explosive when the enemy has amazing angle, you know, when there's no other option, or when you want to layer with a teammate who has recently used damage control. It feels great. I love it. Absolutely love it. And I can't wait for these 457s to make it to the game, because I do feel like a couple Conquerors and some, you know, Yamatos, and especially the Kremlin, who are sitting perfectly broadside on, they deserve to be punished with a really big gun caliber. And, you know, some people, they don't have that gun caliber. Ooh, yeah, just, it feels so much better. It has to be like a different ship, you know. And we've done pretty good. We've almost mitigated, what, almost 3 million potential damage, almost 2,700. So really great job on that front. We've obviously used all our heals, and clearly the enemy aircraft carrier never really attacked us, so we couldn't really test that. But the guns, which failed the most with version 1, absolutely carry this variant, and makes me excited to actually work towards unlocking it. However means I have to. I actually like this, which I think's crazy based on variant 1. Now, this and the Ohio, super excited to see them. I'll share my thoughts on the version 2 Ohio. It is weaker, but I think that's a fair change, considering. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to check out more of my content, you can click the most recent or the most relevant uploads. You could also choose to subscribe to my channel. We do daily World of Warship videos. First impression, how-to, news, review related. My North American recruit invite is on the screen. You can take advantage of that. I stream at twitch.tv/Notser. Thank you, have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you next time.